everyone. Oh, man, do we have a great show. Janice Dean is back. Yeah. Let's go to the president of her fan club for comment.
I see you. I appreciate you. And I thank you.
We thank you, too. What a shame, impaled on his own giant Q-tip. I don't even think I read that correctly. I'm sure he'll land on his feet or his ass. I'm sure someone will lend him a helping hand after he lent a groping one to so many. But now he has time to hang out with Matt Lauer and Charlie Rose. But be careful when you hang out with Charlie Rose. He really wants to hang out. In case you forgot, he would never close his robe. So guess what? It's time for...
Everything is racist.
So true. So tonight, a tale of two coasts and two elections. As you know, there's a recall going on in California, except this recall isn't for defective airbags. It's for a defective windbag, namely his royal haircut, Gavin Newsom. And it appears the person who has the biggest chance of winning is Larry Elder. Oh, look, he's black. But what's the LA Times claiming is causing the recall? Racism. So do I have this right? A privileged white male governor who's as ethnic as cauliflower pizza crust is being recalled, and his possible replacement is a black man. Yeah, that sounds about as racist as an episode of What's Happening. Here's a tip for the Times. It might be faster if you just published a list of things that aren't racist. So the reason for the recall isn't rampant crime, untreated mental illness, or homelessness, or even the Kardashians. It's not that Californians can't get water or go outside. It's not high taxes or legalized larceny. It's racism. Yes, they claim that it's white supremacy that's led to the recall in California, one of the most liberal states in the nation. Next, they'll blame all these forest fires on burning crosses. See, their logic is that it's the racists who are painting California as a hotbed of crime and homelessness, and those things actually aren't real, just propaganda for some amorphous band of bigots. Makes me wonder if the people who write for the LA Times have ever been to California. Have they been downtown, near the overpasses, or walked the beaches? It's not white supremacists sleeping on the benches, building tent cities, littering the boardwalks with syringes. The elites would know this if they ever stepped outside of their gated communities and walled mansions and saw how real people suffer from the policies they promote. And really, white supremacists are as rare in California as celebrities who bathe. But damn, if only there was a way to refute that claim. You know, what if the leading Republican challenger was black? Nah, that's too crazy. No one would believe that. But there it is. That guy is Larry Elder, the black man who earlier had been called the blackface of white supremacy by another columnist. If that's true, he's been in blackface for almost 70 years. That kind of commitment would make Rachel Dolezal jealous. Now, if you said those things about a Democrat candidate who happened to be black, you'd be canceled faster than a Cosby Show reboot. Now they're making the argument that Larry Elder isn't really black, because for Democrats, blacks are great until you challenge the Democrats. Then it's about the content of your character, and to them, you only have character if you stay on their plantation. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, there's another election, and maybe some hope for cleaning up New York City. Right now, the city is experiencing its own renaissance of recklessness. I never thought I'd see the day when a crazed man attacks a car with a spatula. But that indeed happened here in the city. So first we're getting carjacked, now we're getting flapjacked. I don't know if I should call the cops or IHOP. The dude was later subdued and beaten by a mob. But this is what happens when DAs start waffling. Oh, that even made me sick. Anyway, Curtis Sliwa is running for mayor, and he seems to actually give a damn about the people living on its streets, and not the streets whose residents head to the Hamptons at the first sign of trouble. This video made the rounds, and it's worth showing. Hey, Pelosi and friends, watch and learn.
Tolerance is a perfect example. Yo, what's up, man? What's your name?
I'm John Goodfeld.
Okay, now how long you lived here?
6 years.
6 years. 6 years. And where you from originally?
I'm from Charleston, Guyana.
All right, Guyana. Have you ever been hospitalized?
A lot of times.
Like where?
Belgium.
Like you're supposed to be on medication?
Yes.
Would you rather be somewhere else than Penn Station? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We'll take care of you, okay?
I just don't want to take advantage of you guys.
You're not taking advantage. This is our responsibility. I'm running for mayor. I'm going to make sure that you and your other friends down here are taken care of, okay?
That's pretty moving stuff. And ignore the lefties screaming it was staged, as if AOC's whole life isn't one big photo op. But that's what's really missing from the left: compassion, along with logic, reason, and truth. The left pretends that their policies help those less fortunate, but a stroll down the street in a major blue city proves otherwise. We see the consequences, and most of them are asking you if you could spare any change, sticking a gun in your face, or showing you their junk. And those are just the Democratic mayors. People like that disturbed man suffer on the sidewalks of New York, LA, Atlanta, San Fran, Seattle, and anywhere else where there's been no opposition to the rise of the hard left. Fact is, when you look at the damage being done, you're seeing the consequences of one-party rule. There are many fiefdoms, not a Republican in sight. And that's what happens when you have no competition. Ruin. And real sensible Democrats should be pissed off, because without loyal opposition, their party degrades into a motley bunch of woke, brain-dead, malicious zombies. It's not like the Republicans are saviors by any means. You just need at least two parties to keep each other from destroying themselves. It's time we did something to turn the tide. But it's gonna take more than one guardian angel to defeat a bunch of Marxist devils and save those two states. It's gonna take a rebirth of republicanism. Too bad they're all moving to Texas. Let's welcome tonight's guests. Today's forecast, she's kicking some ass. Fox News senior meteorologist Jonah Steen. He's had more roles than Brian Stelter on Thanksgiving. Author of the new book, The Respondent, actor Greg Ellis. She's like your favorite sweater, soft, warm, and riddled with moths. Fox News contributor Kat Tipp. And finally, his style of comedy is no laughing matter. Writer-comedian Joe Mackey. All right, I'm going to go to the only person here that is still living in California, Greg. Do you think Larry Elder is a sneaky white supremacist?
So let me get this straight. The white man is saying that the black man is the black face of white supremacy.
Yes.
Okay, the guy from Compton.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, having lived in... look, it's like Gavin's been drinking the Coca-Cola for too long, right?
Yeah.
I mean... I'm against. I want this recall to happen. You know, whoever else comes in, I don't particularly care. I just don't want him in.
Yeah.
He has decimated California, and it's like this. You know what we've seen with companies. You know, we're living in this era of woke capitalism, where companies sell products to people who pretend to hate social justice, and it's like communism conflated with capitalism.
Yeah.
And Gavin, look, he's a pretty fellow. He's a good-looking chap.
Yeah.
But he's not doing very well. This whole, I mean, Larry looks like, you know, he'd really mix it up. So why not?
Yeah.
Give Larry a shot.
I've noticed that the better Gavin's hair looks, the worse the state gets. It's like remember a picture of Dorian Gray? Wasn't that a movie or a book? Or did I dream that? It was a book?
Yes.
All right, well, that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, his hair stays the same, but the state degrades, just like the picture in the attic, Janice.
The picture in the attic.
Or am I getting that confused?
Is that the Dorian Gray?
Yes.
There was a picture in the attic? What's wrong with you, Janice?
I think they're grasping at straws now.
But there's no more straws.
There is no more straws. How about he's just a terrible governor?
Yes.
I think they need like a meteorologist who's really mad in California.
I was going to ask you. I don't know if Curtis Sliwa has a chance for mayor, but you know, you've been a meteorologist for a long time. Isn't it time you enter the political realm and run for mayor? Come on.
Would you vote for me?
Who wouldn't vote for
That's
you?
very kind.
Hell, Andrew Cuomo would vote for you.
I don't think so. I will say I heard that Bill de Blasio was thinking about running for governor today.
Yes. Yes.
We are in trouble. We are
know.
in trouble here in New York City. But I will let you know if that ever happens,
Well,
if the winds change.
I'll help write your speeches.
Then I'm going to win.
There you go. There you go. That's exactly the kind of answer that makes you a perfect politician. Kiss my butt. All right. Not literally. I don't want to get in trouble with HR. Joe, good to see you stop by the Foot Locker.
Oh, thanks, Greg.
Or is that Old Navy? I'm not sure.
I don't know the brand. I don't pay attention to labels, unlike the Democrats in California, because I find personally you attach a label to something and then people will stop thinking and buy crap. That's what Nike's proved.
Yes.
And I think that's what happened. That's what's happening here in California. What they're saying doesn't make any sense. I mean, Gavin Newsom had an otter as a pet when he was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and like I'll tell you what, most white people didn't have otters as a pet growing up.
Yes.
I didn't have any pet. I had to pretend the stray cats loved me. much like cat owners pretend they're cats.
That's true. By the way, otters are actually more appealing than cats, right?
Now you're gonna make me upset.
That was just a friendly joke, Cat. I love cats.
Well, I saw it as violence.
Do you know, fun fact before I come to you, Kat, speaking of cats, how many cats does Curtis Sliwa have?
17, right?
17 cats. And he lives in a studio apartment, 400 square feet, with 17 cats. I learned that because he was on the show. So I love this guy, but that's crazy. Crazy. And I didn't mean crazy. I'm a doctor. As you know, I am a doctor, neurologist, Cat. Yep. At least that's what I say in my van.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts about how it's not lack of water, it's not lack of power, it's not mental illness, it's white racism that's at the root of these problems?
Yeah, I looked at that article and evaluated it as if it were a research paper, which now, after that Dorian Gray thing, this makes twice I will have used my English degree. Probably the only 2 times.
Yes.
It just doesn't add up, obviously. There's no evidence to back that conclusion. Because really, most of the article says, okay, people are upset about the rampant homelessness. And a lot of people that are homeless are people of color.
Right.
Therefore, you're racist. It's like, wait, so if you don't want people of color to be homeless, that's racist?
Yeah.
That is actually backwards, but that's what happens when you stop thinking.
Mm-hmm. Gavin, the governor, has not talked to anybody that he has been harmed. He doesn't know anything about the homeless or the drug addicted or the mentally ill. I'm not even sure he knew some. Oh. You know, that was a long way for probably the worst joke ever made.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.